Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I'm your host, Eric Smith, and today I'm talking about 68 Kill by Bryan Smith. Now, 68 Kill, we've got Chip Taylor and his girlfriend Liza. They're young and beautiful and in love and very, very poor. So Liza comes up with a plan to rip off her sugar daddy. And Chip agrees to go along, but things go wrong, and then they go wronger. Yeah, I know that's not a word, but that's the word I'm going to use. And then they go wrongest. Yeah, things go from bad to worse, and everything just sort of spirals in this crazy wild ride. And that's it in a nutshell. So, 68 Kill, Bryan Smith. This is one of his self-published books, and it is a crazy, out-of-control, sexy, violent thrill ride of a story. The whole thing takes place over, I think, about 2 days, and it is pretty much non-stop action. We start right there with Chip and Liza getting ready to rip off KEN McKenzie, Liza's sugar daddy, and it just starts moving and doesn't stop. As I said, things go wrong as they try to steal $68,000. 68 Kill, $68,000, and yeah, so things go wrong. And it just becomes this snowballing effect of bad stuff happening. And Chip is just trying to keep his head above water, just trying to survive the events that he's been thrust into as he meets crazier and crazier people. And things just spiral. It's wild. I kept thinking this was a cross between like Russ Myers and Quentin Tarantino, because you've got lots and lots of badass women in this story. Liza is just wild and crazy, and then we meet people like Violet and Monica, and they're these, again, just wild badass women, tough as nails, and all sorts of other crazy characters. You got Dwayne, Liza's brother. And it's, man, you know, as always, I hate to give anything away, but so I'm trying to keep things on the down low. Bryan Smith's style, always fantastic. And this is, I have not read everything he's written. I have lots of his stuff. I've read probably a little over half of what I have of his. And actually, this came out in 2013, and I've had it since then, but I just read it now for a very specific reason that I will get to at the end of the video. His, as I said, his style, it's a fast pace. It's sharp, short paragraphs. Things just keep moving. They get bloodier and more violent, and again, there's sex and blood and car chases and mishaps and just one thing leading to another. It's wild. I don't know how else to describe it. It is so much fun. I love the characters. I don't know that there's a good person anywhere in the book. Chip, maybe. I mean, he's the best as far as if you were gauging the morality of the characters. It seems like Chip is probably the highest. I wouldn't say he's got high morality. Obviously, he's robbing a place with his girlfriend. But compared to all the other characters, he's our anchor, I guess, in the world of morality. But, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. But Chip is a great a well-written character. Liza, so entertaining. Violet, Monica, everybody else, just really interesting, entertaining. Great, just great characters. Very, very reminiscent of, as I said, Quentin Tarantino, with that just quick, shocking violence, snappy dialogue. Again, fascinating characters. I threw in the Russ Meyer comparison because of his propensity to use badass women in his movies. Not that Tarantino doesn't necessarily. He did make Foxy Brown and Kill Bill. A lot of badass women in that. So I think the comparison is apt. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, so I think I'm going to leave it vague and just say it's a well-written, fast-paced, highly entertaining story. Highly entertaining. And for that reason, I'm giving this book, and as always, you'll have to read it to find out why I chose what I chose for my little drawings here. I'm giving this book 5 out of 5 golf clubs. Yeah, not the greatest golf clubs, very simple, simplistic drawings there, but 5 out of 5 golf clubs. And I went 5 out of 5 because this isn't necessarily, you know, the deepest, most meaningful book that you're ever going to read. But for what it is, for the type of book it is, it's a perfect example of that type of story. I want to call it exploitation. Not sure if the author would agree with me, but that's what I think. And I think it is a great example. I've read quite a few books where people just get caught up in these situations and things, I've said it before, spiral out of control. And this is just a wonderful example of that sort of thing. And so that's why it gets 5 out of 5. It is perfect for what it is. So with that out of the way, I'm going to tell you why I chose to read this right now. And that is because 68 Kill was made into a movie. And as of this recording, which is, looking at the date there, today that I'm recording this, it's January 7th. It's a Sunday. Well, last Tuesday, this movie, 68 Kill, came out on DVD, and so I picked it up. It stars Matthew Gray Gubler. I don't know if that's actually how you say his name. Anna Lynn McCord, Alicia Bowe, and Sheila Vand. Wonderful cast. Look at that. More badass women there. And this was written and directed by Trent Haga. Not sure if that's how you say his name. H-A-A-G-A, Haga. That's how I say it. And so I picked this up as soon as it came out, and I hadn't read the book yet, so I figured I should read the book before I watched the movie. Flew through the book, and then 30 minutes later I had the movie playing. And I have to say, I'm not reviewing the movie, but I will say that it is highly entertaining. And while there are portions that are directly from the book, there are lines of dialogue that are word for word from the book, there is a huge difference in the movie. But it works. Works absolutely fine. The movie is just as entertaining as the book. The performances are fantastic. I guess I am doing a little mini review. The performances are fantastic. Matthew Gray Gubler is fantastic. Anna Lynn McCord, badass. All of them. All of them are great. And there's some very darkly comedic things that happen in the movie. I definitely laughed out loud at the movie more so than the book. But anyway, that's why I read the book, because I wanted to watch the movie and I thought I should read the book first. So there you go. So that's it. If you have any questions, comments, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. So if we're going to talk about the book and or the movie and the differences therein, let's post some spoiler warnings so we don't ruin it for anybody. And this video has an Easter egg. So if you want to take a guess as to what that is, throw that in the comments as well. You won't win anything, but I'd be interested to see if anybody can point out what I consider to be an Easter egg in this video review of Bryan Smith's 68 kill. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's it. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.